tutorials that, like, they turned an ogre into a princess.
Yeah, and give up to this girl. She's really out here trying to save city boys, because what she just said was, if anything, the plain truth. It's the plain truth. What do we lie, man? What we lie that, sometimes we lie that if a woman asks us, how do I look? Oh, you look alright, you look pretty good, right? What do men really lie about? That women lie blatantly from the beginning. Makeup, people she slept with, people she's talking to. The fact is, if you really want to come around and say who is trash, it's looking like women right now. City boys up.
Would you describe yourself as a feminist?
Yes.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so...
It's so funny that women promulgate this idea of gender equality. However, when you look at it, question that must come to mind is that what can a man do that a woman can't do in this society? And the resounding answer comes to no, nothing. There's nothing that she can't do. So what exactly are you fighting for then? Because it comes across to me that it's not equality, but superiority that you're fighting for. That you are the better race.
How do you reconcile
gender,
believing in gender equality, but also holding men to their traditional gender roles of paying for the first date?
Well, I'm just saying that's my personal view. A woman being a feminist is just doing whatever you want to do, and not being...
Wow, man. Like, it's so crazy now, day and age, that we can just jump onto trends and political trends, political ideological trends, that I'm a feminist. When you're not really a feminist. You're a narcissist who's now bolstering her own self-image on the premise of being a feminist, but behind it all is a deep insecurity that you don't have any value in yourself. So therefore you jump onto the idea that feminism or women being the greatest makes you great. No, stand in your own value or your own merit. What have you done in your life that makes you great? It's not just by being born a color, a gender, or whatever that designates whether you are great or not. It's the fact of what you've accomplished.
Bashed by society for that, and
I bet when her kids are watching this, she'll go, "Oh, Mom, you definitely needed help back then."
Obviously, like standing up for like women's like rights and stuff like that. But when it
standing up for like women's rights and that was like a side note for what she was talking about. The main portion of what she was talking about is like, doing whatever I want as a woman. But when in the last 20 years couldn't you do what you wanted as a woman?
I don't know. I just feel like this question's really dense.
My question is, if you believe in gender equality, don't you think you ought to split the bill on the first date?
No, because my main concern with gender equality is through, like, yes, in society, like, fixing that, and through, like, the system, but, yeah, I don't...
Whoa. Whoa, that woman didn't know what she was talking about. I feel like she was headed down here. She ended up making a row over there. In Trash City. She was talking trash.
Oh my god.
10. I'd say I'm a 10. 10.
Guys, help me. Where did this trend of whenever they ask you, what would you rate yourself? As long as a 10. And the person who just said they were a 10 they just walked off the set of Shrek 3. He looks like an ogre. She looks like an ogre. She doesn't even look like a woman. But she's saying a 10. I feel like the question is, what would I rate myself? That's a good question.
Come on. 10s.
What would you rate yourself, Brian?
6.5 on a good day. So y'all are perfect.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. Bro.
Wow, and the fact, can you notice the fact that they're laughing? Because behind every joke, right, is a truth, a little kernel of truth. Just like we laugh at racial jokes or jokes between the sexes, stuff like that. There's always some type of truth behind the joke itself. So they're laughing because, yeah, that's a little bit stupid that all of us are 10s when we all clearly marked different physical attractiveness, but yet we're all 10s. So what are you exactly saying?
If you guys are 10s, then there's no girl that's better looking than you?
I love all women.
Every girl is a 10.
Every woman's a 10? Is every guy a 10?
No.
Absolutely not.
Hold on. Whoa. Every woman.
Okay, so can you see the way social media has literally cultivated this hatred between the sexes? Look, guys, if we're having this now, and it's 2023, what the fuck is gonna happen in 20 years? Like, how can anyone say this with a genuine straight face? Man, they're trash. How can you say that? Like, all the great, impressive men that have come before me, come before us, credible men of science, men of literature, all men created all these massive institutions that we have grown to love, and you're saying all men aren't 10 but all women are.
A 10, but not every guy's a 10.
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today? Additionally, you just pointed out that this man detransitioned, but earlier in your speech...
Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
Candace Owens, I have now become one of your fans. That was one of the toughest one-liners I've heard in quite some time. Life's tough, get a helmet. That might be my slogan. Life's tough, get a helmet. So let's really focus in on what just happened just now. We've got people who are angry about somebody else's opinion. Just like, isn't religion opinion? We've got Muslims. We've got people who are Jews, and then we have Christians. There's conflict, right? Constantly. Or we've got political parties. Or we have people who play different sports, right? Just because you go, well, in my mind, that sport is not the best, the one I play is the best. Or saying the political party, let's say you're a conservative, and you're appalled at some of the stuff that you've seen in the, what's the word? Shit. What's it called again? Manifesto. There we go. So, and you're conservative, and you're appalled at some of the ideologies that you find written in the manifesto. You're appalled. You hate them. You think they shouldn't exist. Does that make you evil, negative? No, that is your opinion, and you have every right from the article of freedom of speech to say that, to believe that, to have that as something that is dear to you. So why can't Candace Owens say what she believes?
And I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
1, 2 for Candace Owens, 0 for trans community.
Write this out in your notes, but ask the question. Let's go.
How do you think other people who, with your beliefs, respond to the fact that your hateful and harmful rhetoric costs the lives of queer children every single day, on average, every 45 seconds?
Okay, so this is just going to be a pure boogeyman. You're pretending that someone committed suicide because of Candace Owens. You've got no facts here. You're just going, it's your rhetoric that's causing all of this.
What is it? 8. 8?
To give you some context here, the woman is asked what is her body count. The 2 people who are responding to her are her parents.
8?
8.
Sweetheart. Just starting out. Are you disappointed with 8, or are you just kind of like surprised to be?
A lot of people are disappointed by
8.
Your dad looks disappointed. It's like you just received the worst news, even worse than you failing university.
Wow, I guess the 8 don't hate.
8 don't hate?
Yeah, 8 don't hate. I can't hate over the 8.
Obviously you are. Why does a body count count?